jab, one, two, switch, aiming range. You have hand technique range, close quarters, which is knee kicks. The basic is another range. The side kicks, position 4. The option of going into
yeah. All right. Hosts for the demonstration. Marco, along with 2 of his students, who he will introduce, will go over some of the techniques and moves that he's developed over the years and he has learned. Hopefully, these guys will walk out okay. Just so you guys know at home, like I say every week, please don't try these moves at home. It's important that you seek instruction of some kind before you attempt any of these moves, making sure that you don't hurt yourself or hurt the person you're training with. Okay, so I'm going to let Marco take it from here.
Thank you.
Os.
Initially, what I want to start out with, in the martial arts, there are many different kinds of fighting techniques. And a lot of times they are more adapted to certain body types. For example, Robert here, who's a little bit taller, he's got long legs. Kicking techniques might favor him in a fighting situation. For example, from here you can use the lead leg front kicks, roundhouse kicks. Here he can switch kick, switch roundhouse kick, these type of things. So his legs can become a very effective weapon at that particular fighting range. Okay. Next, Dennis here, who's also an instructor at the New Rochelle Boys and Girls Club. He's a little smaller, so he has to focus more on accuracy and speed in his techniques. So we're going to work on, for example, jab, 1-2 punch to the body, switch roundhouse kick. So fake the jab to the face, 1-2, and roundhouse kick. Again, jab, 1-2, switch, and kick. So you can see here how much speed and accuracy plays an essential role in fighting. Okay? And also, on the subject here now of various fighting techniques, techniques are normally broken down into ranges, as you're aware of.
Like the mid-range, short range, long range,
Exactly.
and so forth, right?
So it's basically broken down into 4 ranges. Okay, you have a kicking range here. You have hand technique range. You have close quarters, which is knee kicks, and then of course you have the basic ground fighting range, which you can follow.
Takedowns and so forth, right?
Absolutely. So, but what I like to usually inform my students of, for example, in the hand fighting range here, it can be broken down into a lot of intermediate ranges, okay? For example, you have the eye gouging here. Then you have a half fist, which can be targeted towards the throat. You have the 4 fist, okay? You have the wrist technique. You have a forearm shot here. You have the shoulder. So even just within the punching range, hand fighting range, we're looking at already 5 different intermediate ranges within hand fighting.
And these are all practical because they're very quick movements, the vital areas, and you're taking the opponent down with basically that one-punch deal, which is to eliminate having to go into a long, drawn-out confrontation.
Or at least distract the opponent and go into some more of the complex techniques.
Or to get out, either way, yeah.
Or to run,
yeah.
Because that's really the primary thing. In self-defense, of course, the main factors is awareness and preparedness. That's the first rule of self-defense. As you keep getting closer and closer to a situation, that's where skill level comes in. Okay? Thank you, Robert. Also, to continue on that range aspect, okay, even kicking range, which is delegated as one range, you have the ball of foot, right? Using this part of the foot right here. You have the instep, okay, which is another range. This position here. You have the heel for the side kicks. This position here. So already you're looking at ball, instep, heel, right? And then you have shin. So even within kicking range, we're looking at maybe 4, 5, 6 different intermediate ranges for fighting techniques.
And again, all effective, right? All practical.
All practical. Again, what I want to, getting into the dilemma that instructors face, what can I teach Robert? What can I teach you? What can I teach a student as he walks into school that he can use almost
What's the first thing he did? If something happened to him,
right?
Someone came in and said, hey,
Exactly.
I'm going to come and get you or push him or something. What can he do? Right.
So that's why we learn a lot of the basic stuff, striking techniques, punching techniques, for example, 1-2 punch, punches, again, kicks, kicking techniques, okay, from here. And then as time goes on, you develop the confidence level in these techniques. We work into other areas of fight, right? Robert, Dennis, okay. Getting into the next range, okay, just throw a punching technique here. From here, we have many different ranges now. We're getting inside. Here, close, elbow techniques, knees, right? Takedown. From here, then we can work into ground fighting range, okay, from this position. Now with ground fighting, you have 2 different options. You can continue striking from this position here, or just move up a little bit, Dennis. You have the option of going into different types of
arm lock,
techniques.
right?
From here, wrist techniques or what have you. Okay, so martial arts training has many different aspects to it. I like to think that karate is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to martial arts training. Or if we go back maybe 1,000 or 2,000 years, you had the generic term of jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu basically means unarmed combat, and that can involve even stick fighting, knife fighting, or what have you. Okay. Also, talking about different ranges, I showed you before. Okay, the Sayonage, which is the one-arm throw. Again, Dennis, in this position here, Morote Sayonage, which is using
The hip there, right?
Again, you can go into wrist techniques from this position here. Okay, various arm locks. Continue finishing here.
Which is where you combine the jiu-jitsu with the karate together here. And like you said, the tip of the iceberg was karate. Now you combine it all into one.
Precisely. Trying to bring out the roots of martial arts training.
Exactly.
Now, as far as trying to put the techniques together, okay, we do, anytime we spar, we normally work on what I call 50% power. Okay, Robert, just do some light, low kicks and punches. Okay, so, okay, now follow up also. Okay, so, good. Now from here, we try to learn how to put combinations together.
That was only 50%, remember?
50% power. 50% power. Okay, Dennis, a little bit just low kicks. Okay, ready? I go. Now you notice sometimes I use just my body weight to block the technique. His low kick comes, I'm going to shift my weight forward.
Deflecting it, kind of. Using that deflection there.
Here, or he kicks, I can evade, which leaves him vulnerable.
For your takedown.
Takedowns or what have you.
And do a strike and so forth.
Exactly.
That's incredible.
Also, two more factors.
Okay.
You have what's called the sucker punch. You hear that a lot.
Right.
The definition of the sucker punch is that you don't see it. So there's theoretically no defense for it. That's where awareness comes in. You must be aware. Also, headlocks. Okay, we always see headlocks from this position.
The typical
Sometimes
headlock.
it's maybe too late.
People try to sucker punch up in the head and everything. So I get out of that.
Too late sometimes.
Right.
So awareness is the key. If he goes for a headlock and I'm just aware of a threat, okay, again, I'm ready for it.
You took it out already.
Right.
It's amazing. And the way you described everything here, putting it together, the awareness and the attitude, knowing that, hey, before I get into the confrontation, having to block him out, having to strike him back, I'm going to stop him before he even gets that far.
Exactly.
You know, kind of like do like a little premonition or what's that, like knowing that, you know, ESP there, knowing that something's going to happen and deflecting it.
That's one of the highest levels of martial arts training, is
That's
trying
great.
to sense what your opponent's doing. And I think that's possible through kata training
Right.
and a lot of sparring or randori in the class.
Because you just saw it here.